Obviously, there's a huge fan base for Skins. Is that scary at all?
It's really daunting, yeah, because you sort of, things, um, you worry about sort of how they're going to perceive you as a character, because often they sort of connect you as a person to the character that you play. You're not really, you're not really Sean, you're the actual character you're playing to them anyway. That's how you're perceived and interpreted. So sometimes, if you've got a bad character, you worry, or he does bad things, so you worry what the fans' reaction is going to be. Obviously, the wanted reaction is for them to get angry about it, but you worry that they'll get really angry at you, and that's the sort of yeah. With a show like Skins, which is it's an important show. It means a lot to people, and but as well as us, it means a lot to the people that watch it, because it tackles so many sort of relevant problems. It can get quite heightened. So I'm quite scared. I want to just make sure that they enjoy the show and that I come across the way I should be coming across.
Skins has covered so many issues in the past. Has it got new storylines this time? New things to cover?
Yeah. I was 100% actually. It's completely fresh. It's completely new. And we did sit there thinking sort of, this is the 5th series. This is a 3rd generation. Are the problems that we tackle going to be mirrored from previous years? And they worked really hard on making sure that isn't the case, because often if people that we know come up to us, I get that a lot. I kind of get people coming up to me and going, so what kind of character are you? Are you the gay one? Are you the really bad sort of toy boy? Are you the Joker? Are you the drug loving one? They sort of almost have a sort of stereotype of what kind of character we're going to be, and it's completely different in this series. It's nothing like you've seen before in that sense of like. I'm not saying that 1 and 2 were similar. They had their attributes, but they were all different as well. This one's got different storylines, quite innovative and quite exciting, and sort of it's funny. It's really funny this year, in comparison, because I think what they make it light-hearted. The issues that characters come across later on become a bit more poignant, because you've fallen to like these characters. You've fallen into this sort of liking with them, and when something wrong happens, if it's like consistently droll and upsetting and a horrible environment, then you just get used to it. But if it's fun and exciting and sort of bubbly, then when something wrong does go wrong, you really feel for them. So that's what I think they've gone for this year, really.
There's always a lot of sex and drugs and that kind of thing in Skins. Have you had anything you felt really uncomfortable about doing?
On set? Yeah, well, no, not in real life, of course. On set, we've had I've had quite a few moments where I've been like, oh, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I had my first day on set. I had my first day of filming on the show, and I had to get naked. It was a sort of semi-sex scene, and sitting there in hot pants, and some horrible things happened that day. Something that the character that has to happen to the character. It all gets quite messy, and everyone's quite drunk, and there's there's throwing up, and there's all kinds of horrible situations that can happen when you're naked, so that was a really awkward day, because I didn't know anyone on set. I didn't know, all I knew was Philippa, the director, who was really nice, and she was really commenting, and a friend of mine was also playing another part with me, so it was great, because we got along with the cast, obviously, as we do already, from the get-go, really. But apart from that, outside the cast, I didn't know who the cameraman was. I didn't know who the guy sticking the tape on the floor was. I was sort of lost. I knew what they were doing, but I had no idea who they were or what they thought. And they were kind of, naturally, it takes a while to sort of build a relationship with the crew. And so my first day sitting there naked, really, in like tight purple, tight bright coloured boxes wasn't the easiest of things to do. Yeah.
Have you got used to it now?
No. I kind of had to. I should have, but I still sort of get really like fidgety about it, because I don't think Nick likes wearing clothes often. He doesn't wear socks ever in the history of the show has he worn socks. So that's one thing, and he sort of likes the bright colours and the sort of tight clothing. But he doesn't always keep his clothes on. No, he doesn't mind taking them off, and that's kind of it's sort of different to me, because it's one thing taking your clothes off in front of friends. It's another thing taking clothes off in front of the crew. It's another thing taking your clothes off for national TV. So, yeah, I still get a bit bothered by it, but it's just one of those things. I can't really complain. So, yeah,